Hey Legionnaires, and welcome back with some more DEI action for you today as we are recreating the Battle of Gergovia 452 BC between Caesar's Roman legions and Vercingetorix's Arverni hordes. So yes, we're here with some more DEI action. My name is Pope John Paul and I hope you guys do enjoy the action. We have a nice 3v3 here for you today. And yeah, this is actually on the Gergovia map for Rome 2. So this is a pretty good map we're gonna be trying out here. I mean, it looks quite good. It's got a nice little like final settlement, like here, final cap point. We've got lots of defenses set up by the Arverni for a last stand here. We've got even flaming balls of justice. I think we've got the same on the other side as well. Yep, and even though we can't see at the moment, there are 2 Arverni armies defending, there are 3 Roman armies attacking, and there is a 3rd relief force over here somewhere hidden in the forest. And that's what happens in history. This is actually one of the few Gallic victories in the Gallic Wars, like between the Romans and all the Gallic tribes. And yeah, this is one that Vercingetorix brings a reinforcing army, and he helps to rout the Romans. The Romans numbering between 35 and 40,000, and the Gauls only numbering about 30,000. So they are slightly outnumbered. And they are in the case of this battle, as it starts as well. We have a 3v2, like I said. We have 2 Roman armies attacking from one side, and this is the 3rd Roman army attacking from like the opposite side. And it's the closest as well to the relief force, so it could get isolated here. But we have the other 2 over there. I am commanding one of these legions, and I have 2 of my subs commanding the others. But yeah, this was a battle organized in the Discord. So if you want to join the Discord to get involved in some DEI action, whether it's scenarios, or just multiplayer battles, or just wanting to get involved in some Total War action, then feel free to join. The link's down below in the description. And as always, feel free to leave a like, subscribe if you're around here, and a comment to show your support to help out the channel. It's always very much appreciated, guys. As you can see, we've got some auxiliaries being sent in first. They get sent in first to test the defense. We've got some cohorts Gallorum here going in against some very light spears. And we'll see how these guys can do. We've also got some Legionari actually being sent in early here. Early doors Legionaries going in. Yes, this is the Republic period, so you're not going to see any like heavily armored segmenter infantry. So this is more like chainmail. They all got their trusty gladiuses, put it like that. They all have those. Yes, it's nice to be back playing DEI. It's such a great mod for Rome 2. Adds so much more, so many more factions, so many more units. These units look awesome. What's fighting here? We've got some cohorts Legurum. Lots of different like cohort units as well for the Romans. Balance of power is pretty even at this moment. It obviously is in favour of Rome to start with, but as Rome gets worn down in these assaults and the relief force arrives, a fresh relief force arrives, that will impact the battle. Got cohorts Legurum here that are getting jabbed by spears all the way out there. It seems like another thing with Rome 2, everyone seems to have the jabbies, or at least most people do. Oh, it's the swords behind throwing jabbies. Okay, I was going to say spears with jabbies is a little bit ridiculous. But yeah, the first assault on this side was a little bit of a tough one for us because we had to actually destroy all of these like barricades first. But we've got some Legionari Capite Sensi getting in first. It's like volunteer legionaries going in, and these guys are poorly armored, and they're like our weakest infantry, weaker than any of the auxiliaries. But they're now losing decisively at the moment in this battle. And that's all because of the archers up here. We've got very light archers, and they're getting jabbed though by some cohort Silicum, so it's a really good counter there by the Roman player. And he's jabbing away, doing a lot of damage. And those guys breaking? They are in fact breaking, so that might save his infantry there. They are still losing slightly. They've lost a fair amount of men. Over on my side, I'm not losing any men currently at the moment. It literally is. I think we've just started. I think I've just broken through the barricades. I don't know how I'm doing on the other side. Yeah, very similar. Nothing really changed. No real losses, but hopefully these volunteer legionaries can pave the way for the more professional legionaries to come and save the day. That'll be nice. But as you can see, there is the relief force. It's not moving at all. I think it's just because we moved some our cavalry around here. I think we just moved the cavalry here, and that just then has a clear line of sight at some of the stuff. So we can see that there are a lot of infantry back here waiting, and cavalry. There's quite a lot of cavalry in here, and they've got some pretty nasty units. I'm pretty sure down here. I'm pretty sure this is an axe unit. This one here, and yeah, these guys are brutal, or have the potential to be brutal. I should state really, they have the potential to be brutal. We haven't seen them yet. Legionaries going back in there. We'll go back to this side. I mean, they are having I'd say they're having a rough time, but I don't know. I mean, they're fighting 2 units. I'd say that they're doing pretty well. They're drawing in a lot of infantry. That's what Romans infantry is, very elite. Our Verni does require more infantry, you'd say. They seem to be holding in most places. I mean, they are wavering here, but they have another unit ready, very like melee getting thrown in. Against these cohorts Galorum. Those auxiliaries doing their bit, trying to earn their citizenship in Rome, fighting on hard. How are they doing over here? Still melee even. Doesn't seem like. Oh, winning decisively on this one. Only lost 1 man. Jeez, killed a lot more. And these ones have lost. Yeah, these volunteer legionaries don't seem too bad. They're like not losing really any men, but they're inflicting a lot of damage. The centurion there leading the way, barking his orders out to his men, telling them they signed up for this, so they can't complain. But we've got some coal silicon being sent in. They're just merely like Javies, and they have got a shield. Not well armored though, so they will die pretty quickly. But they have broken through here, and now in goes some very light spears. They're going to try and push back the Romans, but they're going to need more than that, more elites. They have got elites ready. They've got plenty of elites back here. Yeah, got like these axe units, which are really, really nasty. I have been actually shooting them as well. I have a Scorpion out here because it is technically a siege. Gergovia was a siege, and the Romans always don't go far without some equipment. So we have a Scorpion here, which has 12 Scorpions in it, insanely, and that's been firing at those elite swords back there. We've got some legionary Javies coming up as well. These guys look pretty cool. Remind me of like Town Watch with their long capes on a bit. They're like poorly armoured. They just kind of remind me of like a Town Watch unit. Yeah, they're getting sent in. I think they're going up to support in the fights here, trying to get some Javi shots. You can see that my ally has flanked around. And he's, I told him don't counter-flank this unit because then you'll get counter-flanked yourself. Just beat the units that's coming at you and then go in for the flank. It looks like the Gauls are just going to go in and support the front line. So all they're asking for is to be counter-flanked. And here you go, they're volunteer legionaries going in. And certainly not veterans, but like that, they are merely volunteers. They fight like veterans though. Look at them, ferocious. Some of them don't even have chainmail on. I mean, we are actually routing some units there because of that flank. My legionary were losing as well. They're losing on both fronts. They seem like they, I was just saying as we were playing this battle, they seem like they do well initially. And then after they like lose a little bit of steam, they start to die really quickly because of their like lack in armor. seem to be doing okay over here, but they're fighting those axe units now, and yeah, they're losing decisively. This axe unit is really good. Certainly a really, really good unit to have. What we got here, Cohorts Galorum losing and wavering. So we've got some legionaries going in. Javies are insane coming in here. Jeez. The Romans are bloodied up. Look at them. Covered in blood. Gonna need to send more in there. Looks like they're gonna try and get some Cohorts Italica. It's like a Italian volunteer auxiliary unit. Looks kind of cool. I love that all of the units have like different uniform. Like all the auxiliaries have different uniforms as well. That's really nice. You got cavalry styling out here. This is the I think that's the general of that relief force, which just didn't leave for some reason, some bizarre reason that stayed. We actually got more cavalry here. This is the defenders' cavalry. So whether they wanted to sally out, they decided not to. But as you can see, we're breaking through over here. Now focusing down on breaking our cohorts silicon. But that's fine. We have legionaries coming up, and they can deal with the problem now. These axemen are gonna be a tough match. Put it like that. Yeah, combat even. These axes cause a lot of damage. I mean, they probably do a lot of AP. How those legionaries do? They're doing fine. They'll probably be fine. I mean, what we've got wavering here, those volunteer legionaries are nearly gone, though. They have just about broken that action. 108 men. That is a shame. How's that happened, I wonder? They broke them really early. Maybe because of the flank? I don't know. But we're also facing axes over here. And these guys are doing very, very well. Again, they're also beating mine and my allies as volunteer infantry. I mean, it also doesn't help that there's cavalry in here. And I formed square to stop it, and we're still losing. Not good. I'm gonna have to send more infantry in. I have got some like some alpine auxiliaries up here. I don't know why it's lagging occasionally. I do apologize. They look pretty nice though. Again, another like different shield design. It looks awesome. And it looks like I don't know where I'm sending them. Where am I sending these guys? Oh, down here to deal with the shock cab. Okay, fair enough. As you can see, a lot of wavering starting to go on this side as well, and also the relief force is now on its way. And this is unfortunate because like this person that was playing the relief force dropped from the game. So this actually wasn't when we were expecting the relief force to arrive, but it's kind of not bad timing because they are starting to get forced back. Are the Gallic forces here? Yeah, I mean it's not going to be as effective now as this relief force because it is now being controlled by the AI. It's a bit of a shame. If it was being controlled by the player, I'm sure it would have done a lot more damage. But I mean, it wasn't a bad charge there. They hit those legionary cavalry pretty effectively. More legionary cavalry in the back though. This is going to do a lot of damage and cause a lot of chaos to these Gallic cavalry here. They're trying to get out of there. That's not a good idea. I mean, they're better just to stand their ground. They would have been, yeah, 100% better standing their ground because they had infantry on the way. And a general as well close by. They're actually going to carry on charging. They're going to go for these veteran legionaries that are set up. Waiting. Javi's ready. Bracemen! There they go. It wasn't a great charge, actually. There's probably no need to brace. They're going to pull through. This is just the AI view. AI just pulls through. Rome 2 AI just loves to pull through stuff. So that's just unfortunate, because that's just going to kill the cav off. Cav is a hardy thing as well in DEI. It doesn't die easily, especially since missiles are so weak. Is it speed? I'm going to catch this legionary cav. Looks like it might. No, oh, just got away, because spears are very dangerous to cav in DEI. We also have cavalry that side out over on this side. I think this was the defending cav. I'm not entirely sure. But he got ambushed by a bunch of cavalry, including our 2 generals. And yeah, that's almost certainly been dealt with. We now have Cohorts Legerum coming up. I've not even actually sent in my legionaries yet. I've still got like my veteran legionaries at the back. My Scorpion as well was very insistent on just like pushing up the hill for some reason. I don't know why. But there you go. He's just. But yeah, I've got a lot of veteran legionaries in my army. I've got a smaller legionary corps, I guess you could call it, but and a lot more auxiliaries. But my legionaries are much more elite, you could say. I mean, apart from the volunteer ones, I think everyone had some volunteers. Got cavalry just gone into a rear charge, but we've got flanking here. Look at this. Cohorts Legerum coming in column. They're looking for some flanks. Look at these men, ready to go. And they're going to go in. I think they're going to try and pin down this cavalry. Also need to help this this sword unit out, this volunteer, because it's actually losing again to. This is a really nasty. This is one of the most. This is one of the most elite swords available, the Argoi. Look at them, they're waving their swords around, doing all sorts. I'm now actually going to surround these axes that have caused so much havoc, and they're still breaking. I sent in my my Javies. They're out of ammo. They're getting a bit bloodied up. They're really struggling, put it like that. What they against Argoi as well. Yeah, lots of elite units on my side, and I'm now getting like charged by cavalry, which is what I felt like they needed to do. Like what they're doing currently now is a lot more effective than what was happening earlier. They're like fighting in choke points, but in this case they're allowing me, the Romans, into the settlement, and I'm getting like hit now hard, and I'm losing troops. Like if they let me into these open areas and then blocked off certain points and then made like kill boxes, I think it may have been much more effective. But yeah, now the Roman player over here is actually on the defense. He's actually pushed all the way up to this slope. His Cohorts Legerum, it looks like it's going in. But he's now defending the choke points he was once fighting over. He's now defending them against the relief force. So attacker has become defender on this side. And unfortunately, the AI is just going to bunch up a load of troops here instead of like using other areas like over here where our cavalry is. In fairness, I would not want to come over where our cavalry is now. We decided that our ally could do with the cavalry just a rear charge. And what's over here? We've got more legionaries, veteran legionaries. I think I later sent some over that direction because things get a little spicy on that side, put it like that. Javi's still holding on, don't know how. These guys are nearly beat. But now my Cohorts Legerum, I mean, they're getting surrounded and they're somehow winning. Fighting on hard, but I'm sure that won't last forever. Being surrounded. We've got a veteran legionary here that actually needs to give the attack order. It's actually just standing next to it. Yeah, also my ally over here. He's been fighting in this choke point for a little while against axes and all sorts of things. He is slowly making progress. Legionaries, auxiliaries, fighting side by side. Yeah, I'm also bringing up my big unit, my Cohorts Prima, which is my first cohort, where my eagle is. Every Roman army has one of these. 300 men, battle hardened. It's just to represent the legions, because there was about 6 or so legions at this battle. Or the siege, as I guess you could call it. I don't know. It's either one you want to call it. Yeah, as you can see, I'm starting to send units around because I was a little bit concerned about my allies' situation. I felt like if the Gauls wanted to and were going to be aggressive, they could have potentially sandwiched this Roman legion. So I was like, well, I'm going to send some infantry over. Also, I mean, this is the issue with the AI. It just blobs up here, and this is so ineffective because they could have attacked maybe other areas and threatened, like come around all the way around here. coming like rejoined up with their ally defending. So yeah, that's just unfortunate. That's just how it went. But yeah, they are actually starting to lose here. These Italian volunteers starting to lose. Can't really afford that because that allows this relief force inside the city, and that's what we're trying to deny. But these guys need to hold on. These volunteer auxiliaries, they need to hold on. They have now been supported. What have they been supported by? Another one of these cohorts of Talaka have been sent in. And you can see over here there's the cavalry that we sent as relief force is actually about to get charged by these axes. These axes are nasty. We've already seen them in combat. They do a really nasty job. In they come. In they go, and they actually are charging. I think they actually hit the general, yeah. They actually are doing damage to this guy. He just allowed himself to get charged. It's just unfortunate. And he now is getting out of there. It's probably the smartest decision. He did lose a few, and he was actually losing decisively. But I'm now bringing over legionaries. And these guys should be more than a match. These veterans should be more than a match for the axes of Arverni. Look at them. Rank after rank. But yeah, at this point, the Celts have been forced back to the last stand. We have lost a fair amount of men. I would admit it's probably been not the most balanced in the world. But we have lost a fair amount of men. I've lost quite a few units myself, and I think this army over here has also lost quite a lot. My general's getting shot at. Probably if I lost my general, it probably wouldn't affect me too much. Roman morale is just so good. Got cavalry charging in here on the axes. They're trying to, I guess, get some revenge. And then in comes the veteran legions. They're trying to desperately chase them. They actually might be quicker than the legionaries, to be fair. Oh no, they've caught some of them. Excellent, nice beheading. Yeah, they are catching some of them. I think this unit's, oh no, it's routed. Wow, 160 men. This unit clearly, like, is really dangerous, but it's like a glass cannon. It clearly breaks really quickly. Like, they can do a lot of damage, but they also break insanely quickly for some reason. I don't know why that is. But yeah, the generals and some of the closest bodyguard troops are back in defending. They've got also just archers and stuff desperately trying to defend. This side's pretty well defended. They've got these are like Oathsworn over here defending this side. This is all like Oathsworn elite infantry here. So they've thrown a lot of stuff against this Roman player that is not going to break anytime soon. But yeah, these Oathsworn are nasty. And now we've got some archers coming down this hill. They're probably going to get beaten back pretty easily. Yes, they're starting to break those archers. No surprise there, to be honest. Sending in the cohorts Alpinorum. This cohorts of Ligurium wavering though at 89 men, and they're winning. It's kind of bizarre. But yeah, over here we're seeing these axes here. These axes are pretty nasty. They're actually killing my troops quicker than I can kill them. So these units, I think this axe unit, if left to just fight this veteran legionary, I mean, we didn't allow it because it got rear charged. If these two were just left to fight, I think the axes could beat these swords. These guys were just, yeah, doing a lot of damage. I mean, even still, I mean, they are actually now losing a lot more because they got a rear charge. Yeah, These axes are more than a match to the legionaries, and that just shows, I think, it's the AP damage. And there you go, I think they're breaking there. They just had enough. Getting rear charged by cavalry is just not a fun thing. More infantry though. My other infantry is now starting to arrive over here to support my ally. I'm now being held back by some spears. The legions of Rome, moving on. They need to keep moving as well. I mean, I'd say they're thinning out this blob over here, but they're not really at all. We actually have now got some proper legionaries that have been sent in here as well to hold this area. It was getting a little bit tenuous back here. We were a little worried that they were going to break through at points. As soon as the legionaries get sent in, that kind of it's always a bit reassuring to see them being sent in. We've got some more like veteran legionaries, my ally. They're going to try and rear charge these units here. In they go. Slamming in with their shields first. It's always a good tactic. Daze the enemy. Vercingetorix's relief force is starting to lose any sort of momentum it was gaining. It was gaining a little bit, but it didn't. Again, like I said, it didn't help that it got the player dropped. It was an unfortunate few events, but yeah, they are actually now arriving, and now it is just down to the forces up here on this hill. I think the general must have died really quickly for this army. I can't actually remember where he died. I'm going to presume he died up somewhere. And I sent my cohorts Prima. I wanted my first cohort to get some action. It was an unnecessary thing to do, but I could have carried on setting up normal legionaries. But why do that when you can send up the best of the best? Yeah, we're now, I think I'm moving troops around to support my ally over here, because he is kind of a little thin on the ground on some troops, but yeah, still got plenty of fresh troops as well. We didn't know how long these guys were going to hold, these Oathsworn, because they are pretty damn nasty. Don't know where these cohorts galore are going, but I guess, don't know where they're exactly going. There isn't any other way around. Oh, this is a magnificent sight, isn't it? Look at these, all forming testudo. All these legionaries forming testudo. Looks beautiful. It's a bit of a struggle getting up this slope because of all these sharp stones they stuck in the way. It is like stopping my infantry from actually being productive and getting up. Like, I don't know what these cohorts Alpinorum are doing. They're kind of like half fighting, half not. The ones up here on this slope are. Look like they're getting forced back down though by, I think this is like an Oathsworn unit, yeah. Or it looks like, well, maybe, I can't remember if that is. I think it is an Oathsworn unit. fighting on this side now as well. What we got sitting in here? Cohorts Legurum, Legionary. Not really seen massive commitment by like the Legionaries really. Like it's still been like the cohorts have been sent in. These guys are just doing all the all the auxiliaries doing the hard work. What's waiting in the wings then? We've got some missile infantry here. These are these Javies, Legionary Javies. Don't know if they actually have any Javies left. I think they might. Let's have a look, see if they're going to throw. Yeah, they have. They've got Javies left. And struggling to see anything over that hill. What are they throwing at? They're throwing at some of these like sword units. They're doing a lot of damage. Look at that, 130. They're down to already. Javies are very dangerous in DEI. They're probably the most dangerous missile. Oh, jeez, look at that. Down to 123. This unit is getting vaporized. That man's got loads of Javies in his shield. Now we've got some more Legionary coming up. And over on the other side, what's going on then? Oh yeah, there was just a massive assault by the Romans. We just decided, screw it, let's throw them all in. Let's throw every single Roman unit in on this side. So my ally decided, throw them all in and see what happens. Obviously, not really an effective strategy, just tire everyone. But at this point, the balance of power is so far in our favor, I don't see it changing. The cohorts Prima are right in the front line now. We've also got like slingers firing up onto the ridge. They are sending more troops in this direction. They're getting jabbed a little bit as they run, because this line was thinning out a little bit. I mean, they're barely actually fighting each other. Look at that. There you go. Everything starts to master out now for the Arverni, unfortunately. And the Battle of Gergovia is going to be won by the Romans this time, and it's a decisive victory apparently. So yeah, yeah, the balancing definitely could have been done a little bit better, I think. But we'll end the replay and have a look at some of that. I felt like certainly some armies I lost the most for my army. My allies lost about 1,000 between them, and I lost about 1,000 myself. But yeah, as you can see, these entire, like, most of the armies here were destroyed, unfortunately. But yeah, it didn't help that this army desynced. I think it would have been much closer. I still think a Roman victory if this army had been controlled by an actual player, not the AI. But anyway, we'll go over some of the unit results quickly. I was playing as one of the Roman armies. I got 187 kills, 100 with my general, 170 with the Scorpion, which is very good. These Jabbies, 122. My auxiliaries getting 180. I think the best one here. My volunteer legionaries getting 150 kills is pretty good, and my veteran legionaries getting 180 with barely any damage done to them. So well done to them. Then we got Heads, who's playing as the second Roman army, who's supporting on my side. Most of his infantry is pretty much intact because he didn't really send his in. 214 kills of these cohort Silicon, though, is very good. 170 kills was legionaries, and his volunteer swords getting 140 kills there. And then we've got Crazy Spartan, who's over on the other side, nearest to the relief force. 250 kills was Legatus there, so really well done. 280 kills of these cohorts Galorum. His Italian volunteer spears getting 170. His cohorts Legurum getting 238. And his legionaries getting 390 kills, and his veterans getting 189, so well done there. Then we have Goldie, who was playing as the Arverni. The Arverni unfortunately had a lot weaker troops. I probably should have pumped them a little bit more. But yeah, they had a pretty rough game, as you can see here. Goldie getting nothing massive kills here, getting 40 odd kills, 49 kills. I mean, it's a shame because these are O-spawn units, which he held in reserve, and in the end just chain rallied, could have got probably a lot of kills. And then we got Mythic here, who's defending against me and Heads, I believe. getting like 87 kills with his general before he broke. He's got like 77 kills down here with his spears. 140 odd kills here for these Argoi, which are pretty damn nasty. And then his axes over here getting 120, nearly 130 kills there. And then we've got Sir Andrew William, who unfortunately did drop, so his army, does not really get any kills. But again, like the axes had the potential to do really, really well. But again, unfortunately did not. And then he has like Oswan here that again just kind of didn't do anything. Because they didn't really get the proper support, which happens when you play with an AI. But there you go, guys. If you did enjoy the battle, then do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're around here, and a comment to show your support. And until next time, I will see you in the next historical battle. Bye for now.